Good day, everyone, and welcome to Mom and Son Podcast.
This is Rose Fausto, the mom, also known as FQ Mom.
And this is Anton Fausto. Today, we have, of course, another special episode. We have a guest.
The most special guest
The most special.
in my life.
It's not just a Mom and Son podcast today. We have mom, son, and father because we have our special guest is a financial expert. You know, we're actually very lucky that we can talk about different topics on finance because we have the experts right here at home.
Ooh.
So we have the founding president of Fund Managers Association of the Philippines
Or FMAP.
and the founding father of the Fausto brothers. We have my dad, Marvin Fausto. Hi, Pa.
Hi everyone. Thank you for bringing me here.
Yes.
Joining you.
For episode 12, we'll be talking about mutual funds. And this is also a response to some of our listeners. So we have here from Aris who's saying, "Good morning. I listened to Miss Rose and Anton's podcast, and it's very refreshing to hear a discussion about finance in a not so financy way." Thank you very much, Aris. He's saying that he would be very, very curious how we would talk about mutual funds or equity funds in the next episode, as they have a way of distilling it in a very understandable way.
Yes, and I also have a letter through IG naman from Christina Camille. She says, "Hi, Miss Rose. I've been following you. I would like to seek your advice po sana regarding mutual funds. Gusto ko po sana mag-invest in either bond or balanced fund. Problem is, sa sobrang dami ng products sa market, na information overload po ako. Been asking some of my friends na rin kung saan sila nag-i-invest pero confused pa rin ako. May nakausap rin po ako pero inoferan po ako ng insurance purely mutual fund po sana ang gusto ko. I don't know where to go from here and your inputs shall be highly appreciated." So you are in luck because we have here with us to help us discuss mutual funds my favorite person in the world, Marvin Fausto.
Hi everyone.
Okay, so we know naman that Papa has had already 30 years of experience, ganyan,
than.
had this position, knows these people. Yeah, but today we'll kind of rewind muna and kind of simplify it. We'll go back to the start. I believe that's very important when you talk about anything, not just finance, to really start with the basics because somewhere along the way it gets lost in translation and all these complex terms. So let's kind of simplify it.
Yeah,
muna.
I'd like to call this talk to me as if I were a 7-year-old. So maybe we'll try to do it somewhere along the 7 to 17 to 27-year-old who doesn't really know anything much about.
Yeah, and it's okay if you don't. If you're much older than me, if you're 20s, if you're 30s, and you don't know about these financial.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. It's always better to start somewhere than to just not try to learn about it just because
Intimidated.
you feel like medyo late na again. Okay, so first I wanna bring up how come what are the common misconceptions why it's so scary to invest in the stock market. Because in my personal experience, syempre it's not scary because I grew up with it. I was lucky to have two parents who really do it and my brothers also do it. So, okay pa, what would you think is one of the reasons why it's so scary for people to enter the stock market?
I think in general, if people do not really know or do not really understand what they're getting themselves into, it's scary. It's a natural reaction
Anything
for
naman,
any
no?
human. Yes, any naman. Kung if you don't know something about it, you feel scared that you're not really familiar with it.
Yeah.
So that is why I think there's the reason why people are scared about investing in the stock market. And what they hear about is that it's risky, it's dangerous, it's like this and like that. Pero yun nga that's what we want to change, that misconception.
I think something that I noticed from even back in high school when I talked to my friends and about it, casual talking about stock market, and then I asked them how come they're not doing it, and they're saying that when they start earning money, syempre it's your hard-earned money, they'd rather invest it in a business or. I feel like it goes back to their understanding because businesses, negosyo, it's something that they can see.
Tangible.
It's something tangible. They can understand it. They buy products and services every day. Compared to the stock market, you kind of just give your money somewhere and you don't see it eh. You just see numbers na lang. You see numbers to explain how your money is doing na.
Yeah,
Concept.
alam mo Anton, it's a good thing you mentioned about getting into business, no? Yung people putting their money in businesses. And one thing great about this stock market is people do not realize that when you put money in the stock market, you're also putting money in business, in businesses that have been proven to be great, meaning they've been managed very well professionally and the long history or long track record of profitability. And these are the companies that you see almost every day. These are your usual things. Like, for example, my favorite, Jollibee, di ba? And SM, that owns the mga malls, di ba? Ni Ayala. These are BDO, the large banks, Metrobank, BPI. These are your usual companies that you see in your daily life
And patronize.
and these are proven businesses. So in fact, what I'm saying is that it's even riskier to go get into a small business that you're just starting or
Yes.
a
If you
business.
don't really know much about it.
Yeah, you don't really know much about it and you build your own business, you market it yourself and ganyan. It's even riskier to do that kasi, yan nga, comparing it to the large businesses and the big
They're already
companies.
experts doing it.
They're already expert and they have long history of profitability. Medyo sure ka na kumikita yung mga yan.
The
So,
fact that they're in the stock market means that they already have success
May
in
karapatan
years.
na maging listed. So, ang tanong dyan, sino bang mas magaling sa negosyo? Yung pakikisosyohan mo, yung sarili mo, o sina Henry C., Sobel, ganon yan eh, no?
Yeah,
So, if
yeah,
you're going to
yeah.
simplify it, ganon talaga yung comparison. And maybe also the liquidity, di ba? Yung pag nagpasok ka ng pera sa negosyo, hindi mo naman basta-basta matatanggal yan. Kung ayoko na.
So sorry, this stock market, it's like if you, example, you're going to a grocery and then you would buy different types of food, different types of products. The stock market is virtually that, but instead of buying different types of food, you're buying different types of companies.
different types of businesses.
That's one way of
Yes.
that's how I kind of simplified it when I look at the stock market.
Oh, but the difference, Anton, is that when you shop in the grocery, that's consumable. Mauubos yan, di ba? So, yung pag nag-shop ka naman sa stock market, you are buying things that will grow in the future.
Yeah.
Okay. So, siguro yung nakatatakot sila dahil nakikita nila yung volatility ng value, ano, Marv?
Yeah, oo. Kasi nga, yung stock market kasi there's a price every day.
Yeah, it goes up and down.
It goes up and down depending on what's happening in the market, the industry, the emotions of the investors, iba-iba. So every day yun, there's a price. It changes. Sometimes, most of the time, it changes every second kasi it's being traded. Now, when people look at it, it's a bit scary.
Not it
Yeah.
hands.
Kasi nga, it's being priced every time. As against a business, it's not priced. I mean, a business that is not in the stock market.
It's not obvious.
It is not priced every day.
Yeah,
It's not always the
It's
value
not
of
obvious,
the...
but the value is also changing. di ba?
Yes. So, I think the best way nga to look at that investing in the stock market, look at it like investing in a business, but don't look at it every day, di ba? The price. Don't look
Yeah,
at the price every day.
It's important naman na in the long run, okay din yan, it's gonna grow also. When I try to explain the stock market to people, although baka it's kind of offensive to a few people, but then, my example is, the mood swings of a girl, especially when she's on her period, that's like the stock market. It's going to go up and down, and
What
you
an
don't,
analogy.
you can't predict.
Just
Basta
let
you
it
know,
be.
you know it's gonna go up and down. Pero you're not gonna stop being friends with her just because her...
Ganun ba si mama? Ganun ba si mama?
Wala akong choice. Mama's gonna be there palagi. Wala akong choice.
Di ba?
I can't
Di ba?
unfriend her.
Malapit na matao.
Alin ang period?
Anyway, babalikan ko lang yung yung kinatatakutan nila. You said kasi the fluctuation scares them. But maybe one way for them to mitigate the scare is to think about that fluctuating obvious market value to be an advantage. Kasi nga, yung sa negosyo na pinasukan mo, negosyo ng kapatid mo, ng kaibigan mo, may value rin yan na nagpa-fluctuate. Pero it's not reflected in a neutral way. So when you want out of the investment, may kanya-kanyang values pa ikaw Kayo, di ba? So, syempre,
Yeah.
yung owner, mas mataas yung value. Ikaw na buyer, mas mababa yung value yung ibibigay mo. Pero sa stock market, alam natin, di ba?
Yeah.
So, that is
It's
what is
regulated.
providing the liquidity. So, that volatility is also providing the
Okay,
liquidity.
so talking now to the first-time investor. I go into the stock market. I don't know what stock to buy. I don't know where to put my money because I don't have the time to really study all these charts and try to know the management. All those different nitty-gritty details that go into really wisely putting your money somewhere. What is the simplest way
Okay.
for starters and even people who have been investing for a long time? Where can they put their money?
Now, for me, from my experience, over 30 years, the simplest way really is to invest in a fund. Invest your money in a fund that is being managed by a professional, which is called a fund manager. The reason why I'm saying that it's simple is that you can continue doing what you're doing, your job, your business. You don't have to study too much about the market, and you invest in a fund or a mutual fund that is being managed by a fund manager. Ano ba tong mutual fund?
What is a mutual fund?
Yeah, the mutual fund, they call it collective investment scheme. That is a investment where individuals pull together money and then put in one fund, and that fund is being managed by a fund manager. And it is invested in different investment securities like stocks and bonds. So there is one professional managing the whole fund, and you don't, as an individual investor participating in the fund, you don't have to think about
The
choosing
everyday
what stocks
which
to buy, when to
Okay.
sell. You don't have to go through all of that trouble studying the companies, understanding it. You can continue with what you're doing as an employee, as a businessman,
professional,
as a
whatever.
professional,
Artist.
and put money in the fund, and then let that fund grow
Yeah.
by being managed.
So you're
by a fund.
entrusting your money to someone, to an expert. Na that's their profession. That's what they do. Tapos sila na bahaga on how to make that money grow.
Yes. And that has been proven for many, many years, not just in the Philippines, but around the world, that is the most efficient way for you to invest. And in fact, it was proven also na that is the best performing, they call it asset class, or best performing investment as compared to time deposits or bonds and even real estate.
Okay, you're mentioning different types of investments na. So in mutual funds, there are five, diba? There are five. What are the five different types
Types?
of mutual funds?
Types. Sige. First,
Isa-isahin natin.
Isa-isahin natin. No? Now, the simplest one is they called it the money market fund.
Money market fund, number one.
Ang laman niyan are yung time deposits, mga short-term placements, mga government securities na short-term in nature, meaning they only mature after 30 days or less than 1 year. So,
The meaning of that, it's going to mature after 30 days. Does
yung
that
mga
mean
investments ng money market fund, yeah.
that you can't pull it out?
Yung fund manager is the one investing it in instruments that
What does
are
it mean to say na the maturity, it matures in 30 days? What does that
Yung
Yung laman.
when you put money in time deposit 30 days, after 30 days it's already liquidated, the investment stops. It matures.
And gives you the return.
It gives you the return.
Parang tapos na yung deal. by
Short term
then.
lang 'yon. Yung ginagawa ng fund manager, he places your
Different.
pooled money in
Lots
those
of
types.
people,
In
lots
those
of money.
in those short-term investments. So, generally speaking, yung money market fund pang short-term lang 'yan.
Oo, pero ang
Okay.
kagandahan yan, Han, sabihin natin na hindi siya kailangan maghintay ng 30 days kung bumili siya ng pesong money market
Yes,
fund.
you can take it out
Kasi
anytime.
hindi niya direktang binili yung 30 days
Yes.
Bumili
okay.
siya sa pooled, so si fund manager ang gagawa ng paraan na makukuha niya
Yeah.
agad. And tell us kung ano
And the ano pa, it gives you the power of getting higher return than the ordinary time deposit. For
than
example,
going direct, no?
than going direct. Kasi kunyari,
Because-
Kari, you only have 5,000 pesos. Mababa lang ang yield nun eh.
Correct.
Yeah. What's the
Ganda
average
niyan,
percentage? That
Right
Usually
now?
1 to 2%, ganyan, mga short-term time
you
deposit.
just put it there. This is the money that you don't put this money for your children's college. Is it?
Yeah, you
No,
don't.
no,
Not that
Because
one.
it's too low.
The children's college education.
Yeah. And now, if we pull the money together, the fund manager can get a higher return because mas malaki yung pooled fund eh. So you can get 3-4%, and now even 5%.
Yeah,
For
and-
money market.
For money market,
Oo,
yeah.
tapos sabihin mo, kailan niya, kung halimbawa kailangan na niya yung pera, kailan niya pwedeng kunin. Hindi naman siya kailangan maghintay ng 30
No,
days.
no need.
Diba?
You can just terminate it anytime. You can get it the
Okay.
next day.
Without
The
penalty.
way I would understand this money market, it's kind of like ATM,
Yes,
but it earns a little bit more.
Yes. So that's the first type. The second type is the bond fund. Bond fund.
ano ibig sabihin ng bond?
Bond is like
James.
a loan. You're lending money to the government, to the corporation. The
Okay.
fund manager puts it in bonds or fixed income or loans or lent to the government, like government securities and some corporate bonds. So it's a loan and you earn interest out of it.
Okay, so you're the one lending money naman.
Yes,
so
Yes,
ikaw yung
investor,
Okay,
you're
that's simple.
Yeah.
And
The third one is a balance fund. It's a combination of a bond fund, bonds, and equities naman, yung stocks. The reason why it's called balance, kasi 50-50% dito, medyo balance yung
Okay.
kanyang investment.
Honest, balance, because it's a balance of equities and
fixed income.
Number 4?
The four is the equity funds.
Okay.
They call it, there are two types of equity fund. Yung mga actively managed by a fund manager, meaning he is the one who decides where to put the fund.
Okay.
The
not
investment.
necessarily, he doesn't mean that he trades it.
He also
He
trades
does.
it.
He also trades it. Okay.
An equity fund, it's all invested in the stock market.
This is type A. This is for A.
Type
Active,
A for A,
4A.
actively managed.
So-
It puts in stocks with different weights and different types.
Okay, what's 4D naman?
The last one is, which is the most my favorite, is really the equity index fund.
Wait, sorry. Is this the 5th one?
Yeah, the fifth one. Yeah.
So number 5 is sort of like a number 4 also.
Yeah, parang ganon.
Equity fund. And
Equity
the-
fund din. Kaya lang, the reason why I'm differentiating it, the equity index fund is the most popular and it's the best performing,
Historically,
Fund.
it's the best.
not just in the Philippines but around the world.
world.
Even the best investor in the world, Warren Buffett, says that for majority of investors, it's better for you just to put your money in an equity index fund. So yun yung
He has
parang...
that humility to accept that, to admit
Yes.
that.
I myself, who have been managing money for 30 years, also want to tell the most majority of Filipinos listening out there, the most efficient and the best performing fund that you can start with or even continue with and make it a core portfolio, largest part of your investment is in an equity index fund.
And the index fund, which you talked about already one of our past episodes, I
Yes.
think.
Yeah.
It's the top, how many?
Top 30, ito ng equity index funds, it's the top 30 largest companies in the country.
Oh,
So the fund manager puts it together in 30 largest companies. So you don't have to choose which one is the largest and the
Yeah.
best. The index fund already has the largest
So,
and the
like we
best
said, you're
30.
betting on the Philippines.
Yes. So
You're
we
investing
believe
in the
that
whole market.
yes, we believe that Philippines is growing and the 30 companies will grow. This Jollibee's, this SM, this Ayala's, this BPI Video, all of these companies, large companies, are in this equity index fund. So if the economy grows, this fund grows with it.
Yeah, okay.
You don't have to think about it. You don't have to choose. You just participate your 5,000 or 10,000 in the fund and you will make that money grow.
Okay, sige, let's do a recap of the 5 types of mutual funds. Help me na lang kasi I don't memorize it. Number 1, money market.
Money market.
So this one is a very low yield, but you're sure it's
short term.
gonna...
So that is for
Earn.
your emergency
Yeah, so
fund.
this is for
You
your
can use
emergency
that.
fund. You don't have to get kaagad.
Oh.
Although there's probably like a few extra steps to get the money compared to
One day
having it in the
notice.
ATM, which you can just get it
Yes.
anytime, any day.
But at least it earns something.
That it earns something small, but it's lower
And-
inflation.
And I also want to point this out. Hindi mo ganun kadaling makuha. So you have to define what emergency really is.
Yeah. Hindi siya pang, there's a sale in
No,
ganyan.
that's not an
No,
emergency.
That's
No.
not an emergency.
Number 2.
Okay, number 2 is bonds.
Bond funds are invested naman in fixed income, mga loans, mga government
Yeah,
securities.
you're lending your money.
You're lending your
Okay.
money. Mas mababa ang, a little higher ang yield niyan sa money market, but ang
okay.
investment mo is yung mga 3 to 5 years.
Longer.
Longer.
Okay. The number 3 is balance.
Balance fund, yun is a mixture of bond fund and an equity
Okay,
fund.
kasi it's a balance.
So, investment horizon mo yung mga
Medium
5 to
term.
7 years, ganyan.
Okay, and the number 4 is equity.
Equity funds. And there are two types of equity funds, yung actively managed and then the index fund.
So actively managed is professional is going to pick which
What
stocks,
stocks,
not necessarily part of the top 30. Siya na bahala based on his
Yes.
research and his expertise.
Yes,
ganun.
yes.
And
So-
then number 5 is index.
The index fund.
Equity index.
Equity index fund.
So, Han, kung kakausapin mo yung listener natin kanina, ano yung sasabihin mo ngayon sa kanya?
Yeah.
Saan mo ngayon ilalagay yung pera mo?
Yeah.
Assuming you are at this age, gano'n.
Yeah, meron siyang tinatanong She wants like a bond and a balance fund, di ba? Oo. Pero, yeah.
Sa dami ng products,
Sa dami ng
information
products.
overload. Kasi gusto ko sana mag-invest. Tapos na-offeran daw siya ng insurance. Gusto lang talaga niya, mutual fund. So, anong suggestion mo sa kanya? Anong gagawin niya ngayon?
Well, the easiest now is in COL. No?
That's what I
COL.
use. I do that also. I use that every day.
COL Financial. You can open an account with COL Financial. You can buy stocks and mutual funds there. And we have 26 mutual funds to choose from there.
Yes.
And it's
To
easy.
simplify for her,
To simplify for her, you
kung
can just...
emergency fund lang.
Kung pang emergency fund lang, short term lang yung money market fund. They have a lot of we have 3 money market funds there in the platform.
Pili siya, no?
Pili siya doon. Sa bond fund, I suggest yung may malaking bond fund diyan yung ALFM bond fund, maganda rin 'yon. And then tinatanong niya?
So kung halimbawa para naman sa mga long-term needs.
Pang mga long-term needs niya, yung equity fund, which I suggest, yung equity index fund. So, madali lang yun. You just open it online. May mga videos doon. May YouTube. You can watch how it's done. Diba? Simplified lang.
Okay, but for me, like a basic step, di naman masyado, step-by-step process for all the listeners who aren't, kasi I know so many people that they want to invest, and although the way to invest is out there, like they can learn naman how to invest, there's always that barrier of like katamaran mixed with I'm not sure kasi.
Inertia.
So how we suggest to do it, you just go to colfinancial.com, right? And then there's a sign up button there. Is there a sign up?
Yes.
And then all the instructions are there. There's a form where you put in your bank details, and then you have to make an appearance.
Ano yan?
Good news is?
You can do that online na. You can do that
Everything
online.
online.
Yes.
So
And
they
then,
know your client. How do they do it?
may ano yan. There's a requirement kasi that you should see each other. So nag-Skype na lang yan.
Wow!
Okay.
Diba?
So it's all there. It's all there.
Good for
It's
our
on- it's all
kababayans
there. We can talk about and explain
out
how
there.
beneficial all these stocks and all these mutual funds are, but wala talaga mangyari unless you actually participate in it.
Alam mo, gusto ko you also use your analogy siguro. No? Sometimes kasi it's easier for people to remember lessons when there is an analogy used. So, meron kang analogy ginagamit dito sa, di ba?
Yeah. Kasi if you're doing it yourself, parang you're driving a car. Di ba? You're the driver.
You are the driver.
You are the driver.
Kung ikaw yung nag-actively pick ng
Ikaw
stocks.
yung actively picking. That's you're the one actively going which way you should go. You're driving. You're using the steering wheel. You really have to be
You're using
attentive.
Waze.
You're really attentive to look at the road and beside you. So talagang you really have to concentrate. So
Bawal mag-text, di ba?
you cannot text. You cannot look at your So baka delikado yun. So you really have to be in charge. You really have to be the one doing it. Now, you don't have time naman to do
Kung
other
iba yung
things.
trabaho
Not everyone
mo,
is a
di ba?
driver.
Kung iba yung trabaho mo kasi, tapos ikaw pa yung magdadrive, para ka nagte-text and drive, which is
Mahirap
really
yun, no?
sometimes
Mahirap.
dangerous.
It's hard also.
Always
But,
dangerous, not sometimes
Ay, sorry.
dangerous.
That's right.
unless it's really your profession to manage stocks. But if you have work, if you have business, di ba?
Yes.
My suggestion is to
Mahuli ka pa ng boss
go in
mo.
a fund. My suggestion is go invest in a fund. This time, para kang sumasakay ng
Ano yung analogy mo?
ng MRT, di ba? Or
Nagumagana.
nagumagana na mabilis, di ba? Walang pila. Itong MRT, walang pila. You can just buy it anytime talaga.
So at least this is an MRT without
And
a
you can
phone
just
line.
reach the destination.
Tsaka maluwag to, hindi to masikip. You can just sit down and wait, and then the train will just go, and it's fast. Walang traffic, di ba?
At mura.
Yung mura. You have to
Mura
pay a fee, pero mas mura siya sa lahat. And then, pero marami lang kayong kasama. Marami kayong sumasakay ng MRT. But it goes in a way na towards your
But the
destination.
advantage is, hindi na kayo nagkakaamuyan.
Tsaka you can do your text, you can look at your social media,
Oh,
watch
yes,
YouTube. So yun. And then you go to your destination of, they call it financial independence or financial freedom.
Tsaka kasi, importante yung pagsabi natin na mura, di ba? Dahil kung minsan, kung ikaw lang yung magpipili ng stocks mo, paano kung 1,000 pesos lang every month ang kaya mong i-control?
actually
You cannot buy a stock.
Yeah,
Or
sometimes
diversify.
kulang. Kadalasan kulang ang 1,000 pesos lang to buy a single stock.
And do sa fund, if you 1,000 mo, can buy 30,
The 30 stocks
largest
already,
stocks sa
diba?
equity
Galing.
That's okay
index
na.
fund.
Not even less than 1,000, diba? You can, you can already take part in.
Meron na ba tayo?
Wala pa, pero 1,000 na minimum and then
Ngayon.
500
1,000 sa
yung
minimum to parang open,
Open.
to join. But you can
500
add.
na.
You can add
additional
small
500.
Wow!
Ganun lang
That's
kaliit.
great.
You can already
Wala
build
nang excuse talaga, ha?
All right, so with our our family's advocacy, which is to spread financial literacy and hopefully
Not just the literacy, ha?
yeah,
The
no,
doing
literacy,
itself.
that's the first step. And so that everyone can reach financial freedom, we have to first understand what are these things we're getting yourself into.
Yes.
Yeah. Kasi now, I really believe that investing is not just for the rich or for the experienced or for those people who really know. I think really investing is for everyone.
That's it.
IFE.
Everyone. Yeah. Because
IFE stands for investing for everyone.
yes, and because I believe you and I will believe, or even the listeners will believe that everyone deserves a better life. So if you invest for your future, you will be able to have a better life.
There you go. Okay. So thank you very much, Pa, for your time and
Yeah.
for your knowledge once
My
again.
favorite guest in the world. So once again, this has been Rose Fresh Fausto, the mom.
And Anton the son with Marvin.
Fausto,
The
the father.
So thank you everyone for listening to another episode of
Mom and Son Podcast.
For all your questions, concerns, we'd love to talk about them in our future episodes. Just email us at antonfausto@gmail.com. Thank you. Mom and Son Podcast airs every Tuesday at 7 a.m. and can be streamed anytime, anywhere through Spotify, Buzzsprout, Apple iTunes, and YouTube. Just search Mom and Son Podcast for your weekly dose of family, finance, different passions, and special guests.